giving away your belongings, things like, an autographed poster or something, and just start handing out things like that, like, oh, I just wanted you to have this.
Why do they do that?
I think it's a cry for help. I really do. Like, saying life is worthless. I don't, the obvious signs, I don't want to live anymore. There's nothing worth living for. If their appearance, not showering, or, not combing their hair, just never getting out of bed.
If someone is suicidal, what resources are available to them?
Third level is that's a big one.
And that's a local.
That's local. Well, local in the sense that it's in Traverse City, but it's, gosh, you can call the number from anywhere.
I live in Michigan. What if I'm on vacation in Texas and I feel suicidal? What do I do?
Call 911.
What will they in turn do?
They will send a police officer, and it's not because there's a crime being committed, you're not in trouble. It's that they're going to be there to keep you safe until they can find, a social worker, a psychologist, or somebody to come in and talk to you.
If I'm feeling suicidal now, am I going to feel suicidal for the rest of my life?
No. No. Therapy, though, is key. A lot of people think, well, I was so depressed, but now that I'm on antidepressants, I'm fine. And that's not the case. There's no happy pill. There's nothing that's going to make you, back to normal again.
Mm-hmm.
But, therapy in combination with the medication can change it.
That's got to be kind of tricky if you have a loved one and you think they're suicidal. How do you just bring up and say, are you thinking about killing yourself? How do you bring that up in conversation?
Just like that.
You just put it out there?
You just put it out there.
So you don't think you should do you think you should go right to the point and just flat out ask them, are you suicidal?
Well, if you think that they might be, then yes. There's questions that can lead up to that. You seem depressed, or things like that. But if you truly think they're suicidal, ask them outright. It's not going to put the idea in their head. That's a misconception. That if they weren't thinking about suicide before, boy, if I mention it now, they will. If they're thinking about it, they're thinking about it.
Right.
So ask them straight up. Are you thinking about taking your own life?
So mentioning it won't make them do
No.
it?
No. Because
Okay.
if they're going to, they're already thinking about it. But that's another way to gauge where they're at. If they say yes, ask them what their plan is. What is their plan? See how far into it they really are. Make a phone call to a place like Third Level, or a local counseling office, and tell them, I have a friend that's suicidal. They may ask, well, what signs are being exhibited, and depending on those signs, they may say, try and get them in a car and bring them in. If it's a non-imminent threat, they may try to get you to suggest to that person, why don't you make the doctor's appointment and I'll go with you. So it's putting it on them. That way they don't feel like they're being forced in anything, but you make sure that there's accountability there by going with them.
So if I'm dealing with this friend who is suicidal, I can't make them get help, right? I can't force an intervention. So what if they take their own life anyway? Is that my fault?
No. That's when there's certain people, when they get it in their mind that they're going to take their own life, there's nothing that's going to stop them. They're not going to be the ones that are calling, Third Level and saying, I think I'm suicidal, I need help. Those are the people that have already decided, and you could take all the guns out of the house, and they may find an entirely other way.
my friend has lost someone to suicide, or my relative has lost someone to suicide, what can you say, what can you do?
Don't ignore them. You know, don't try and act like nothing's happened. That was one thing a few people did, you know, like just went on with daily life, and I'm thinking, could you at least ask me how I'm doing? You know, acknowledge that I'm sad, and you know, if I need a hug, you know, give me one. If I say I need space, just give me a little bit of space.
Should you bring up the issue of suicide at all, or?
I don't know. I guess it would be something you'd have to gauge with them. You know, how are you doing? You know, what are you feeling about the whole situation? You know, maybe would be a better way to ask, and leave it up to them to bring up, you know, the whole topic. But talking about the person that died is the best thing that you can do.
So it's okay to bring them up?
Oh yeah. Most people would, I can't think of anybody that wouldn't want, you know, to talk about, you know, their loved one and all the good things about them.